anyway, let's look at the puts. All right, so what are you guys crying about? Let's do a little work here since you guys, yeah, I see a couple of you guys have that hustle within you. You want to make some money. Let's see what we can do here. I hate to do this with options because they're not that liquid and I might want to play. Let me play a little bit. The 7.5s. Are give or take 175. The 5s are give or take $1.10, and the 10s are give or take $2.75. All right? I'm pretty sure it's going to come out by then. All right? So what happens, not if, but when, is proven to not work. Let's see, how much cash do they have? $4. How much are they burning? Might be they'll burn 40 more by the time the data's out. So they'll have $1.50. $3 in cash. Well, let's do it like this. So 10, 7.5, 5. Price on failure. Let's start with 3. I don't think it'll go to 3. I think it'll go less, but let's start at 3. So the intrinsic value at 3 of a $5 put. $5 put means you have the right to sell the stock at 5. So that's worth $2 if the stock goes to 3, right? I can sell it at 5 instead of 3. So that's worth $2. So you would make something like double your money, right? And the right to sell it at 10 is worth 7. Makes sense, right? Weak gains. Listen, I don't know how many times you get this kind of return in your portfolio, but even if you have to buy these at the offer, which is 3, you turn $3 to $7. That's pretty good for a near sure thing. Same thing here. If you buy at the offer, pretty good result. Now the trick comes with the most leverage is like the 5 puts. What happens there? Will the stock go to 2? If so, you get a little bit more juice on these. $1.10 goes to $3. So this is pretty good. I don't know what you're crying about. The implied vol is too high. I don't want to make double my money. I hate making 2.5 times my money. Man, close the stream right now, man. Just go close the stream. You're done. You're done. Whoever said that is over. Disconnect. And if it goes to $1, which it might, you're good money. Remember, if the stock goes to $1 or $1.25, you can buy the stock as to cover your short. All right, now there's even December 2.5 puts. I like that. I like that. I liked it. So if the stock goes to 1, which I bet it will, you make 5x on those Jan 2.5 puts. 5x. It's a flyer. It's got to go down a lot, but here's the 5 puts. You know, they're almost a quadruple. Yeah, people are crazy with crypto gains. They think that these are small gains. Any part of your portfolio is doubling, you should be happy. Just trust me, you don't got it like that. You're gonna get gains like that. You're getting gains like that, just close the stream, man. You don't need me. You're good. You're good. Close the stream. You don't want to compound over the long run. You're trying to compound tomorrow. You need to gamble. 7.5 puts, $2.35. At the very least, going to double your money on that, I think. These are all risky. You got to be careful. All they have to do is delay the trial by 4 weeks, and so you got to be super careful. Yeah, I wouldn't go out to June. I'm not sure the company survives by June. But that's a little bit hyperbole. All right, this guy wanted me to look at Trevi. Let's look at Trevi. I actually got a little entry here. It's 834. I'm using the Godel terminal, which is my new financial information product, available right on the internet. No download required. Works similar to legacy terminals like Bloomberg, which are going the way of the dinosaur because of products like Godel. Cassava is going to send to 100. It's kind of a fraud. I'm not in biotech now. Well, it's a lot of experience, Willie. But in biotech, generally, you look at the clinical data and you look at the mechanism of action. It's basically the key. And does the story make sense? An ensemble. Part of the mechanism of action is the preclinical data. Sort of the same thing, but slightly different. So you got to look at those sort of three things. What have the clinical trials shown? I'm not that good at chess, so I'd rather not bet on chess. I have some friends that are some of the best chess players in the world. I like poker, but again, I'm not trying to prove anything to anybody. I remember Trevi. Weren't they a spin out? Didn't they spin out from another company? Yeah, Trevi was a spin out from this pain company. So one of the nice things about Godel is I can just pull up the news very easily. And I've got the direct PR news wires here, and we're going to be adding any day now like 20,000 news sources, including sources you can't get anywhere else. So I'm really excited to do that. And then you really have a product that's competitive to Bloomberg. And I think we're going to raise our price. So if you sign up now, you lock in the price. And if you try to do this on like Yahoo Finance or anything, it just doesn't work. They're showing you ads, they're doing all that. Godel has a screener, but it's not the best screener. Well, you don't want Yahoo ads mixed in your financial research? What's wrong? Yeah, I think eventually you can trade on Godel, but we'll see. If you have a FINRA license, NASDAQ requires you to pay more. We might just eat that at some point and just make it simpler for people. If you have a FINRA license, maybe we'll just pay it. Okay. I guess the first place to start is what the heck is nalbuphine? I remember it as an opioid-related drug, right? Let's see what exactly it is. Is it FDA approved? There's the morpholino or morpholine? Morphine-antriol. There's the triol. I like this cyclobutane. Probably helps it get into the brain pretty nicely right there. Partial agonist of mu, strong partial agonist of kappa. Morphine derivative, approved in 1978. Not a controlled substance. Discontinued in 2008 for commercial reasons, but there are other generics. Okay, so these guys doing it in oral. Yeah, we should do I think we're going to do a bunch of things for Godel, like 30-day codes, student accounts, and stuff like that. All right, so we have data for nalbuphine. And refractory chronic cough. It's a serious medical illness, actually. No, we're going to get LSD prices at some point. There's another short called Humacyte, if you guys haven't looked at it. It's a pretty good short. I reviewed it once before. It looks like a potential zero as well. Yeah, definitely, I see the incidence of cough was 40% versus 5%. So I mean, it's pretty clear opioid antagonist will do that, but also your pain relief will be gone. So if you have idiopathic chronic cough, not from opioids, perhaps it worked, but you want to inhibit the opioid receptors. They're important for other things. But that could work. Intravenous. This is just such a low-quality company, man. I don't think they know how to do trials. Take some old-ass opioid, throw it in some, put in a pill, and then throw it in some random trials. Pray for success. I'm going to give you some Galaxy gas. Have ASPCA come down here. Kitty Protective Services. You my little galaxy gas. Yeah, shut up. Yeah, it takes skill to do clinical trials. My desk is cleaner than it's been in a long time. I don't think 𝗠𝗔𝗥𝗧𝗏 is better than 𝗊𝗑𝐫 yet. And Merck will be making a PD-L1 VEGF bispecific in like very quickly. Okay, so nabilphine had a 75% reduction in cough frequency. I think cough damages the lung too, which is not what you want in IPF. Well, it's not clear that trial is going to replicate. 1. 2, you have other VEGF inhibitors. It's not a new idea to throw them in lung cancer. So you have basically just this mechanistic rationale that maybe a bispecific does the trick for some reason. I haven't looked at Peregrine in a little while. She doesn't have a cat tower. I'm going to get you a little cat tower. She's the kind of cat that doesn't play with cat stuff. You want a little cat tower? So this data is fairly convincing. But there are a number of other chronic cough drugs, like the P2X7 inhibitors. So there's a lot of work to do here. I think there was that company Bellus that had a chronic cough. Oh, GSK bought them. I didn't know that. 2Bs. Delicious. So you have a partial opioid though. You're gonna get high. I could take this Bellus drug. I don't know. I don't think docs are gonna love giving the opioid. long. Bye. 900 coughs a day. This Bellus thing was really controversial because this guy Bellini was very controversial. He had a different company. Was it Alzheimer's? Or a different company from Bellus. Bellus is a big win. Oh, I should connect with him. He had a different company. Did they change their name or maybe it was his dad? Like a neurological thing. Anybody remember? Ah, Francisco Bellini. Was it Alzheimer's? I think it was Alzheimer's. Neurochem. Ah, this is a classic. Oh, they changed. Oh, Neurochem became Bellus. Oh. Neurochem was a disaster and relevant for 𝗠𝗏. Neurochem had I'm telling you, all these Alzheimer's failures over the years, I know them all. There's like so many that have been forgotten. Your odds of beating Alzheimer's in a clinical trial are like 0. Let me add this, this is like prior failures. You've got, bapineuzumab. You've got BACE inhibitor from Merck. You've got Neurochem. You've got Medivation. You've got Exonics, which is a really old one. Oh, Anavex, sure. What else? Alzheimer's isn't exactly genetic. Alzheimer's is one of the biggest unmet medical needs. What's someone that just failed the other day where the person was faking Western blots? Oh, what's the 𝗿𝗏𝗏𝗏? What's this one? I didn't even see this one. Vivorion? Semifalam will be added to the list shortly. Cognition? I'm trying to remember other major Alzheimer's failures from years ago. Oh yeah, Axovant, of course. Oh, of course, all the amyloid beta drugs. Neurotrope, that was ALS, wasn't it? And all of these stocks had like random crazy people who were long them, and the same way 𝗠𝗏 does. Ah, Exonics. Oldie but a goodie. Yeah, it's gonna be worth a lot. 500 billion would be cheap for an Alzheimer's cure. That'd be a great deal. Is there a way to do not, like, in Google, there's a way to exclude term in Google minus, I see. It's a nice hack, huh? Novus? So many. Two N's in a Novus. 2 minus Lilly and minus Biogen. But 𝗏𝗏𝗏 was tested in Alzheimer's, right? Maybe they never went through with it. I haven't analyzed 𝗕𝗓𝗡𝗦, but I think I haven't looked at it in a while, but last time I looked at it was kind of a clown show. More amyloid beta. AC immune. 𝗢𝗥𝗜𝗚. Forged emails. Oh, Prana was one of my favorites. I made so much bread on that. Okay, I think we got most of the clinical trial failures for Alzheimer's the last 20 years. Oh, 𝗠𝗿𝗏. Oh, 𝗠𝗿𝗏, wasn't that 𝗥𝗏𝗡𝗦? Pretty sure it was. Some of this stuff takes me way back to my teenage years. Oh, forget about these guys. Biohaven. I think there were even statins tested for Alzheimer's that didn't work. Yeah, sample size is a function of effect size. Do I have 𝗠𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏? So if you expect a high effect size, you don't need much sample size. 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗓, that was Dimebon a long time ago. It's going to be fun to crush this Cassava. You're opening the SEC filings on sec.gov or on Godel or both. The sec.gov parses the SEC filings in a really bad way. I think we're going to just have them open in Godel so you don't have to deal with all the BS. I think that'd be a good idea. Victoza didn't work. That's funny. So Ozempic wouldn't work either, I don't think. 1992. Tacrin. So there's definitely something there for Trevi. It's interesting. Put it on the list. So many interesting biopharma companies. That's why it's such a cool industry. If you're a defense or media analyst, it's like there's 4 stocks to look at. Here you got like just endless junk to sift through. I think one of my guys was involved with this company or something. One of my former executives had something to do with this thing, I want to say. I think I'm thinking of the wrong company. Similar name. This is an old drug, if I recall correctly, from like Daiichi or someone. Prexasertib. I don't think they designed this one. I think this is the first like check 1, check 2 inhibitor. I don't think there's any. Oh, okay, Lilly. There's no Lilly drug. Then this is a Wee1 inhibitor. Wee1 has never really panned out too well. So I guess they're using a diagnostic to see if, basically they can determine what cancer patients will benefit and which ones won't. Which is always a good idea, but maybe it doesn't always happen. Well, certainly if they can do that in ovarian cancer, again, or I guess this isn't just ovarian, maybe it's ovarian plus cervical or gynecological cancers. Very tough to treat those cancers are ovarian or endometrial, not cervical, that's sort of separate. So when you talk about, you lump those two in together, I guess. You do not include a cervical. So it's a very small study, and I'm curious if they gave chemo too. Platinum resistant, but as monotherapy, that'd be very impressive. Okay, I guess I gotta just find a clinical trial. Maybe a ACR368 is the search term. We go to 𝗠𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Yeah, it's with gemcitabine. Some of those patients are going to ultra low dose. Well, 50% is pretty impressive. This could definitely be a long. I mean, those cancers are really hard to treat. Yeah, so ACRV, pretty interesting. I got a Logitech mouse and a Philco keyboard. Red switches or blue switches, I think. I like brown the best, but this is fast as well. BioNTech up a bunch, I wonder why. COVID coming back. Moderna down a bunch. All right, guys, if there are any features you want in GoodL, just let me know. Please sign up. The price is going up soon, so you lock in your price for life. We are definitely going to be raising the price.